What's up, it's Jan back at it again with another nerdy bookish video. This is gonna be my vlog where I read, period, no I'm just kidding, where I read books from my patrons. It's in celebration of 2 years. Where's my hype button? I lost my hype button. I don't know where it is, but 2 year, huh? Joey's grabbing my heart button. Pause. 2 years of the Lair. Thanks. Woo! 2 years on my Patreon! Isn't that crazy? September 13th is the anniversary, so I'm hoping to get this up by then. I've been wanting to do this type of video for a while because I love showing gratitude, obviously, because like y'all never have to get me gifts. So I like to read the gifts I actually get, you know? So I figured what better time than my 2-year anniversary. It's currently September 1st! We made it! Wait, that deserves more hype. September 1st! I'm sorry. I don't blame you if you want to unsubscribe right now. We are going to get some fresh air because Joey's getting cabin fever. It's the most wonderful time of the year, baby. We're gonna go to a coffee shop and read. I was gonna do a 24-hour readathon because tomorrow's Labor Day. So it would have been fine if I didn't wake up at 7:30 instead of 4:30, but I didn't really commit, you know? I still picked semi-short books so I can get this vlog done like before the 7th. I have too many books on my fall TBR, so I would love to get it closed out before then. Anyway, y'all just care about the TBR, right? Okay, so we have The Bell Chime by Mona Kabani. This is what I'm starting with. This is what I'm bringing to the coffee shop today because I also have the audiobook and I'm charging my headphones as we speak. But this is from my girl Tiffany, who has literally been in the Lair since day one.
Are there a lot of people still in the Lair from day one?
A handful. More than a handful. Because day one, there were like 40 something of them. Like, that's crazy. Anyway, this was her most recent gift to me, I think, because it was a birthday gift, along with Fragile Animals, which I also contemplated on reading because it's also short and I have an arc of it, but there was an audiobook for this. So this is a short little novella about this girl who sees her face on a missing poster. So I thought that was cool. I heard good things about this. And then the other shorty patorti is from Nat, from Nerdy Nat Reads, who's also been a longtime subscriber. An Affinity for Formaldehyde by Chloe Spencer. I've heard nobody talk about this. It sounds so weird. I have theories. This grandma loves taxidermy and she won't let her granddaughter leave this town. So I have my suspicions, so I'm interested. But the font is smaller, so we're gonna go with The Bell Chime first. And then we have I Who Have Never Known Men by Jacqueline Hartman. Jessy from Jessy Chamber Reads on Instagram bought me this for my birthday. Oh, I didn't even say anyone else's Instagram. Or I didn't say Tiffany. Tiffany has a badass bookstagram. Tiffany Ann something. I'll link all their Instagrams down below. Please remember, Jan. Please remember. But yes, Tiffany's been working really hard to make her feed all nice and like minimalistic looking with like her current read and coffee and like nice reviews. She's great. Jessy Chamber Reads bought me this for my birthday. We went book shopping. She actually lives near me, so we've hung out a few times IRL, you know. This was actually on my TBR last month, but I didn't get to it. And I've heard only good things about this. It's just that the chapters are really long. So hopefully I can commit to this one. And then we have Freshwater by Kweke Emezi from M. She also has an Instagram. I'll link her down below. She reads a bunch of stuff that I've never heard about. Same with Tiffany. She got me a Kweke Emezi's debut. I've been wanting to read more of their backlist, so I'm excited for this. So those are like the 4 for sure's. Just like 15 minutes ago, I got a package from Destinie. We've all heard Destinie's name. She's also been in the Lair since day one. She got me 2 books. I went book shopping on Friday. I posted on Instagram suggestions on what to buy, and Destinie gave me these 2, and I searched high and low at Barnes & Noble and Half Price Book for them, and I couldn't. I was like, no luck. And then she, of course, gifted them to me because she always goes above and beyond. I'm so intrigued by both of these because she said it's like slow descent into madness, and this one's like psychological horror. Oh, this one's also horror. What? Okay, those are maybe since I just got them and I've had these planned for a while. Anyway, we're gonna go. I'm sweating. This mock neck is mocking me. I'm gonna bring the bell chime. I will update y'all when we're at Pumpkin Land. And I'll talk to y'all later. Happy Burr months!
Burr.
Why did you neigh?
Went for a walk with the stars last night. Did not believe that I would end up right.
Hello. Today is been a whole lot of nothing. Coffee shop was a fail because it was closed, so we went the chain route, if you know what I mean. Unfortunately, but that's okay. I finished the bell chime. I listened to the audiobook, followed along for like the first 60-ish pages, and then I was like, I want to draw. What should I draw? I haven't drawn in literal months, probably since like last year, and I was like, this is fairly easy. So then I attempted to draw it. Listen, my spatial awareness is out the door every time I try to draw, okay? It's shorter, everything's cramped at the top because I started at the bottom and I didn't do the trees in the background. But to be honest, not too shabby for my first time drawing in months. Give me a break, okay? Until about, when did the first story, it's like broken into a few different stories almost, but it's not a short story collection. It's just like parts. There's like an intermission. She breaks the fourth wall and is like, okay, now let me tell you about Lauren's story. Now we're coming to the conclusion of Dylan's story, and then we're taking it back to the bell chime, is basically what she said. First part where the bell chime is immediately happening and what's on the back of the book, like about the doppelganger thing and seeing her face on this missing poster, that was really good. That was like a high 4-star story. And then that's when I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw. So I'm losing steam. So I was just listening to it, and there were some creepy moments. I definitely zoned out, honestly, for some parts. I was telling Tiffany, maybe I just don't get it. Maybe my brain cells just aren't doing the damn thing today, and it's fine, and I'll reread it fully physically without distractions another time, because I feel like there's something there. There's like this whole other plot line that I was unable to follow because there was too much going on, but not really anything going on. I don't know how to explain it. So I was telling Tiffany, I was like, I don't know, I don't love it as much as you do, and I'm feeling like it's gonna be a 3-star in my head. And then I read the afterword, and it talked about the human condition, what would you abandon for happiness, and things like that. And at that point I was like, yep, 4 stars. She mentions in the beginning, in the foreword, that like her editor always asks, what's the point? And I feel like that's the key thing to think about when you're writing a book, is like, what's the point? What's your message? What's the overall end goal at the end of the book? Like, what are you trying to say? So I thought that was cool to like mention in the beginning, so the reader like keeps that in mind until the end, and then she explains what the point was in the end. I think it's really cool. The author is a Lebanese immigrant living the American dream in New York City, where much of her writing is inspired. So I would definitely read more by this author. I think she wrote a book called Vanilla something, or maybe it's just Vanilla, and the cover is really cool too. I'll probably check that out at some point. But yeah, I'm gonna give it like a low 4, mid 4 maybe. So yay, book 1 done. I am gonna do a workout or something. Ideally, I would love to start and finish an affinity for formaldehyde, but I think I'm in the mood for freshwater maybe? I got the audiobook for both Freshwater and I Who Have Never Known Men, so maybe Freshwater. Or maybe I should just do I Who Have Never Known Men because I've been trying to read it for the past month and a half. I'll let y'all know what I decide, but for now, I'm gonna go move my body. Hi, I really didn't want to update after my shower, but I don't look as bad as usual. I just look damp. I just wanted to say really quickly, first of all, I'm already derailing from my theme. I know, it happens, okay? Welcome to my channel. This is kind of like a background project where I'm like chipping away at the best books of the 21st century according to the New York Times list, okay? You've heard it before. Everyone's doing it, whatever. That's why I'm not doing like a full video on it, because everyone's doing it. It's just kind of like on the back burner, and I'm just like slowly reading books from that list, including My Brilliant Friend by Elena Ferrante, which is actually #1 on that list. I'm trying to at least hit page 100, and I've read a decent amount today. I'm almost there. I'm on page 92. Can I just ask, what on this cover tells you that there are a billion ways people die in this novel? Like, what is Elena Ferrante doing? It's a lit fic, right? From the perspective of this elementary school girl named Elena talking about her brilliant friend, Leela, whatever, I don't know. They're about to go into middle school. But either way, perspective of little girls. And they just keep witnessing deaths left and right. Like from people they meet, people they know, people in their family. Crazy. So trigger warnings for all of that, but also trigger warnings for domestic violence, parental abuse, spousal abuse. Like, it gets wild. It'd be like very serious, boring, mundane type of writing, and then the second I get bored, someone dies in like the most drastic way that you just would not expect. I don't know. Like, I don't want to spoil anything. This is not what I expected, but I'm kind of really enjoying it. And I said this in my last vlog, I think, or one of my vlogs recently, that I love when books do this like Jokes. When books do this middle of the page chapter heading thing, I don't know why, it kind of makes me read faster for some reason. I'm loving this. I don't know why, but I'm loving this. Also, this lighting is shit. I am very aware, thank you. Oh, and there's also a shit ton of characters in here. That's what I'm reading, like, behind the scenes, I guess. I'm gonna get to page 100 in that, and then I'm gonna start I Who Have Never Known Men. I'm still debating on whether I should immediately start with following along with the audiobook or just try to see how fast I read it physically, but maybe I should just jump in with the audiobook. I don't want to rush this, and I don't want to zone out for this one, because I feel like I'm really gonna like it. This is about 39 women in a cage underground, and then there's a 40th woman who comes in. Soon she will show herself to be the key to the others' escape and survival in the strange world that awaits them above ground. That sounds riveting. I'm just scared because Tiffany told me that there are like 3 chapters, like very long chapters, but I see no page breaks throughout the entire book. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe I'm just missing it, but I'm scared. There are walls of text. Okay, I'm done. I don't want to look at myself anymore. Okay, bye. We're having so much fun. So much fun.
We're not something for me. I drove around all across the land, thought that I was caught in a one-man band, but playing all those sad and lonely songs. My faith was lost, my hope was gone. My dreams were shattered and I was done. I was roaming down the street in my weary feet, and then you came along with the love so strong. You took me out of the cold into the fire. You're picking me up when I'm down on the ground.
Ugh. One day I'll look good throughout an entire vlog. Today is not that day. I finished another book. I don't think I ever updated on this book. I kind of just binged more than half of it today. 5 stars. I don't even know how to explain it. It's definitely Handmaid's Tale vibes. It's like post-apocalyptic. The synopsis kind of makes it sound like a thriller, but it's not. It's like the final scene, but make it Handmaid's Tale. But okay, so these 39 women are like older, wiser, lived lives before they got caught in this bunker, right? And then this 40th captive has been there since she was a child. And so like her body didn't develop properly. She didn't get all her nutrients and shit because they only fed them a couple times a day. She was around all these women. She's never known men, hence the title. So she knew nothing about like herself, about society, about men, about life, about the human experience. She knew nothing. All she knew was what these women told her, right? And like all throughout, she was an outcast and they just kind of ignored her, and she couldn't really fit in because she didn't know anything they were talking about. She couldn't relate to like missing people, missing things, because she had nothing else but this bunker. And it's so fucking depressing actually. But they escape because she figures something out, and then some shit happened. They escape. So they're walking for years and years and years. There are some wild things that go on because they just basically diminish one by one, because these are older women and they're walking, trying to survive off of other things they find on this journey of theirs, and they don't even know like their destination. They don't know what to do, and the ending is wild. It's not really a satisfying ending like whatsoever. It's really sad, but there's so much commentary on just the human experience and men and how your body changes if you don't know the concept of men and sex and being a woman in society. Like your brain doesn't know what to tell your body because it doesn't know anything else but living in this isolated situation with all these women and like having to go to the bathroom in front of everybody. She's never had her period or anything. She doesn't even know her parts. She doesn't know what they're called. She doesn't know how to read or write. She's a smart gal though. She's figured shit out by the end. And yeah, you follow them through years and years, and it's just wild. I know I wouldn't have read this as fast as I did if I didn't have the audiobook. And the audiobook was pretty engaging. I liked the narrator's voice. I tabbed a lot. So I had a tab for good quotes, sad, commentary about men or women, smart moves. Like I said, she's a smart gal. And then what the fuck? Because there were moments where it would be so nonchalant because her conscience hasn't like developed really. So So she's just like talking about things like bluntly to the point. I'm just like, dude, someone just died and we're just moving on. And I feel like I've been reading so many books like that recently and it's kind of fucking me up. I need like a rom-com soon. But yeah, 5 stars. Pretty sick. I have 8% left on my phone because I was listening to the audiobook. Should I do a fun fact? There's not really anything to do a fun fact for. I feel like this isn't the book to do a fun fact for, so I'm just gonna skip it. I don't know what I'm gonna read next. I have the audiobook for Freshwater, so I might start that tomorrow morning before work. Granted, I wake up early because I haven't been doing that. But an affinity for formaldehyde, I could probably read in one sitting if I really tried, but tonight I have to edit like a lot because it's been like literally a week since I've uploaded last, so gotta work on that. Today we went on a hike. I got one clip from said hike, and then we took a nap, ate dinner, and then sat on my balcony and almost got attacked by a squirrel. I have never gotten that close to a squirrel, y'all. I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I was just like sitting there, and then all of a sudden it's on the railing. It was literally this close to my face. Like, I felt its tail almost brush my cheek. Saw my life flash before my eyes. I'm surprised I didn't flip the chair off the balcony. I got up so fast, I don't even know. It was fucking scary. I don't know if the squirrel just didn't see me there, but it was literally like on the railing and my chair was like right here, so my head was like right here. I'm lucky I'm alive being able to tell you this story, okay? But anyway, this is crazy. I loved it as expected. Another shorty patorty under my belt, another 5-star. There was one point where I was like, okay, is this the point where I'm gonna like lose focus and it's gonna be like a 4-star? But no. I think the moment they escaped, I was like, okay, what the fuck's gonna happen now? I thought they were gonna be in that bunker for longer in the book, but took me by surprise. Yeah, it's depressing, so make sure you're in a decent mindset if you choose to read this book. But okay, I think that's a long enough clip of looking at me looking like this. So I'll talk to y'all later when I start another book or whatever. That's all I got. Okay, bye.
Saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground. I know my life will never be the same after that day. Fingers and you stay. I don't ever wanna be alone again. In spite of all, you're my best friend.
Hello, my loves. I realized I did not update whatsoever yesterday. Also, sorry for this lighting. I don't know what to do. Is this better? Not much. I don't know what to say. What did I do? I started Freshwater yesterday. Let's see. I was listening to it on my way to work. I'm super early to work, so here we are. I'm 30% through. Sorry, we're gonna have to deal with this lighting. Thanks, son. Freshwater won the Carmilla poll to decide what my next read should be for this vlog. I'm 30% through. Akweke Emezi has that type of writing where you have to internalize every single word. Like, every word they type out is intentional. There's a purpose, there's a reason for everything. You have to slow it down. I slowed the audiobook down to 1.75, which is so rare for me to do because, you know, my default is 2. I had no idea that they are the ones who narrated this audiobook, so that's an experience. I love it. I think it's gonna be like 4 stars because there's a lot of like baby and familial talk and like names and stuff, and I get it. I get that like Akweke Emezi has this multi-spirit thing. I'm not personally in a place to explain it properly without sounding utterly stupid, but I have read their memoir, so I kind of have some insight into like the premise of this book, which is what I believe is going on, is that it seems like we're following this person, Ada. They have like different, not really personalities, but kind of, but they're like spirits within one body. This is Akweke Emezi's debut, which is wild because the writing is exquisite. it. It's so intelligent. Like, you feel smarter just reading this book. Coworker is driving by, so we're gonna go down here. My camera's dying. I'm gonna quickly talk about the fact that I also woke up at 5:30 today, second day in a row, and started an affinity for formaldehyde. This is wild. Right off the bat, we meet Lou, who goes back to her hometown because her childhood friend, is it Matt, I think, he invited her to be his wedding witness. He has a thing for older women, and then she goes to her grandmother's house and sees all the taxidermy and stuff, which is all in the synopsis, but it gets wild right away. I only got 24 pages in because I was reading My Brilliant Friend. I like reading My Brilliant Friend in the mornings because it's like, now that I'm familiar with most of the characters, not that I have a visual for what they look like or anything, but just their personalities or whatever, it's like easy reading almost, and it's just nice and cozy for morning reading. This was not good morning reading, but it's fun. I am gonna try to finish both of these today, tomorrow max, and then we're gonna end this vlog. I've been having a fun time reading books for my patrons. Yesterday was pretty bland, that's why I didn't update. Nothing happened. I didn't even go to the gym. We watched some Bridgerton season 3. That's pretty much it. I barely even read. Oh, I got a video up. I got my Do Your Worst episode 6 up, so if you haven't seen that yet, it features stuff from Stephanie Bookish, so I'll have that link down below. I'm gonna go to work now. I'll talk to y'all later. Sorry for the sliding once again. Okay, bye. I forgot to mention earlier, but there was singing in the audiobook of Freshwater, where Kweke obviously is singing. Usually I hate that in audiobooks because it's bad and creepy, but Kweke, I could listen to them sing all day. That was the best singing I've ever heard in an audiobook, so kudos to them. I just had my lunch break, so I'm gonna go back to work. I'll talk to you when I get home. Oh, my camera's still dying. Oops. Hello. From me and my naked face. It's currently 8:30. I'm working from home today because I have a doctor's appointment. Why did y'all need to know that? I don't know. I'm about to do a workout just really quickly before I have to clock in. But I finished an affinity for formaldehyde. I am actually giving it 5 stars. I was hesitant at first, and then I was like, it's not that deep, Jan. Don't think about it too hard. Just fucking give it 5 stars. Because although it took me a longer time than I thought I was gonna, I thought I could read this in one sitting. It took me like 3 or 4 because the font is that, okay, to be fucking fair. And I tabbed a lot, surprisingly. It was really good. I've read too many like psychotic old people stories lately, and I don't know, is it my new thing? I don't know. I don't know what's creepier. I think creepy children are creepier than creepy old people, because like there are many old people who are stronger than the average young adult, you know? It's not like every old person is super frail and whatever, but children, they don't know any better, blah, 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 and then they see shit. That's creepy. But anyway, circling back to this book, it's essentially about grief. You don't find out why that's a thing until like about halfway through, and then the ending is honestly kind of sad. But there are a lot of riveting scenes throughout this cute little 96-page book. It gets pretty fucked up, not gonna lie. Would recommend if you're looking for a shorty patorty that has a lot of fucked up gore, body horror. Chloe Spencer is a good writer. They describe things really well. I don't want to spoil anything, but apparently this just came out in January. I don't even know how I heard about this book, but thank you so much, Nat, for getting this for me. Ooh, my stomach's grumbling. So I don't want to go to the gym because I feel like if I go too hard, I'm gonna pass out. But like Chloe Ting workouts are always so hard anyway, so I don't know what I'm doing. We're gonna end this vlog today after I finish Freshwater. I got to page 142 yesterday. I'm gonna listen to the audiobook on my drive to my doctor's appointment and throughout work probably. I have like a little over an hour left of this audiobook. I feel like this is gonna stay at like a 4-star. Objectively, I think this is a 5-star book if I had the smarts for it, but like I am who I am, you know? But for a debut, especially, absolutely a 5-star book. For me personally, I think if it weren't a Kweke, this would not be a book I pick up. I don't know how to explain that, but I have like this weird attachment to a Kweke and their writing, and I'm just so fascinated by their brain. Like the way they write is just so poetic in a not flowery way. Again, it makes you feel smarter reading this. And it has gotten easier to understand once you wrap your head around the fact that Ada is the main personality per se, and like the body, and then you have all these other perspectives, and they're talking about Ada as a separate entity. There's this other personality, I don't know what to call it, so we're just gonna keep calling it personality with quotes. So another personality would be like, I put Ada's smile on and felt this, and that. Once you differentiate those perspectives, then it gets gets more enjoyable and an easier flow to follow. So it's probably gonna be like a solid 4 stars, but I'll finish that and then we'll end this vlog. Then I have to start my full moon book club spoilery vlog for incidents around the house. That's the plan for today. We're gonna go see Beetlejuice tonight because tomorrow we have other things going on that I'm not gonna talk about, but that's the information that y'all are gonna get. I don't have high expectations for it at all, especially because Jenna Ortega's in it, and like, I'm sorry, I just can't stand her. I don't like that she's popping up in every fucking horror remake ever. I don't understand. But I will talk to y'all later. I'm gonna go do this workout. At this point, I'm just stalling. Every time I think about going on the internet like this, I question all of my life choices. But I'm here to end the vlog because I finished Freshwater. I tabbed a lot more at the end because obviously I was more like immersed in it and it took me a little bit to get into the story and figure out what's going on. If you haven't read this yet, I suggest reading Dear Cinturan first, which is Akweke Emezi's memoir. I feel like you'll get a better, well-rounded understanding of what this is about and like just the mindset that you have to be in to understand, if that makes sense. I don't know, unless you're familiar with multi-spirited selves and Akweke's view on like being an entity and of themselves and everything, then I suggest doing that because it helped me a lot. Because I feel like I would be so much more confused if I didn't read their memoir first. Based on that, I could definitely see some self-insertion in this book. So I don't know, take that information as you will. It was good. It had really good quotes all throughout. The writing, phenomenal as always. I am curious to see what I would think about their more recent novels, like You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty and Little Rot, because I've read their more serious tone books. You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty, I know it has like heavy topics, but it's also a romance, so I just want to see them write a romance. There's romance in this as well, but it's not a romance book, if that makes sense. Really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Em, for sending me Akweke Emezi's debut as a birthday gift this year. I'm glad I finally got to this one. I love reading authors' debuts. I don't know, I like reading their debuts first because it's like, okay, we're starting from the beginning, but I also enjoy reading them after reading other like newer releases because then you can kind of see how their writing has evolved. It was a good time. It does have heavy topics, check trigger warnings. There's self-harm mentioned, there's SA. Sorry I didn't like explain it too well. It's kind of hard to explain what's going on, but I tried. Yesterday, I think, was the best way I could have put it. And that's everything. So it was a pretty successful vlog. I got 2 5 stars. What was the first book I read? Oh, The Bell Chime, and 2 4 stars. So hell yeah. What a great start to September. Just want to say once again, a happy 2 years to the Lair. Thank you so much to all my patrons who have ever been in it, even if you left. Thank you for at one point being in it. Thank you for the people who have stuck around through everything. Thank you to the ones who have been there since day one. Thank you. Y'all keep me going, truly. I hate being sappy when I look like this. So I'm gonna go. Let me know if you've read any of these books. I read The Bell Chime, I Who Have Never Known Men, An Affinity for Formaldehyde, and Freshwater. I love when I read more than 3 books in a vlog, because 3 is like my minimum for vlogs usually. So yeah, if you made it to the end of this video, let's put the snake emoji. I believe this is a python, but let's put the snake emoji in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you had a 5-star day. Don't forget to do some self-care, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!